Good afternoon, students. In the last class, we have discussed about geometric mean, logarithms and anti-logarithms. Okay, today we will discuss about the problems based on geometric mean. Okay, here have to start 19th problem, that is find geometric mean of 1, 4 and 16. Find the geometric mean of 1, 4 and 16. Okay, here the data are of type discrete case, because here they are given only x values, that is x values are 1, 4 and 16. Okay, here the frequencies are not given, means we have to apply ungrouped case formula. What is the formula? That is G equal to, that is Em equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Okay, here solution. Here they are given x values. Okay, here x values are 1, 4 and 16. Here geometric mean x values are 1, 4 and 16. Okay, here you have to apply formula Gm equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Here Gm equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Okay, here x values are given. We want x log x. You have to find log. The next n is what? That is the number of observations. N equal to 3. There are totally 3 observations are there. 1, 4 and 16. There are totally 3 observations are there. Okay, here first you have to find logarithms of log of 1. Okay, here log x. Next column is log x. Okay, here log 1. See, here log 1 is 0. Log 4 value is 0.6020. Log 16 value is 1.2041. 1.2041. Okay, here how to calculate logarithm and anti-logarithm we have discussed in the last class. Okay, by using logarithm table. Otherwise, we have to use, that is scientific calculator. We have to use scientific calculator. Okay, scientific calculator use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಮೇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ದಾಗ. You have to use scientific calculator only in statistics. Okay, here see, here log 4 means, okay, here you have to take logarithms. Log 1 is 0, the next log 4 is 0.6020, log 16 is 1.2041. Otherwise, you have to use logarithm table. See, here you have to use logarithm table. See, here log 1 is 0. See, here log 10 is 0. Okay, see, the next log 4 value is what? See, here log 4 value, that is you have to refer 40th. Okay, here 6020. Okay, 6020. Log 4 is 6020. Okay, here the number of digits are how many? Only 1. Okay, in logarithm number of digits minus 1. Okay, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then put 0.6020. The next third log 16. Okay, log 16 is see, log 16 is 2041. Log 60 is 2041, and here number of digits are 2. In logarithm, number of digits minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Then you have to put 1.2041. Okay. The next, the sum of, you want sum of log x is 1.8061. Here sum of log x is 1.8061. Then substitute the values. Antilog of sum of log x is 1.8061. Sum of log x is 1.8061 divided by 3. Here antilog of sum 1.8061 divided by 3. Then we will get 0.6020. 0.6020. Okay, here you have to find antilog of 0.6020. Okay, here you have to use logarithm table, anti-logarithm table. Okay, here our result is what? 0.6020. 0.6020. Okay, here have to search. That is 0.60. 0.60 is what? 0.60 is 3981. 3981. Okay, 0.60. 2 is 3999. 3999. Okay, 3999. Okay, and mean 4 digit is mean difference. 0 is 0. Mean difference is also 0. Then 6020 anti-logarithm 0.6020 anti-log is what? 3999. Here in anti-logarithm, before the decimal point, the character is what? 0. Okay, here in anti-logarithm, character plus 1. Okay, here 0 plus 1 is 1. Then put the decimal point after the first digit. Okay, 3.9999. Then anti-log of 0.6020 is 3.99. 3.99. Put, okay, here in anti-logarithm, character plus 1. Okay, here character is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Then put decimal point after the first digit. Suppose if 1.6020 means here character is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, then put the decimal point after the second digit, then you will get 39.99. Okay. The next problem, 20th problem. Problem. Find geometric mean of 1.05, 1.08. Find the geometric mean of 1.05, 1.08, 1.77. Find the geometric mean of 1.05, 1.08, 1.77. Okay, here it is also the ungrouped case, because here only x values are given, frequencies are not given. Then here they are given solution. These are x values 1.05, 1.08, the last one is 1.77. Okay, here apply formula Gm equal to what? Gm equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Okay, here Gm equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Okay, here we want log x. You have to find log x. Okay, then how to calculate log x? See, here by using logarithm table. See, here log of 1.05 means here you have to refer 105. Okay, here first 2 digits in the main column you have to refer main column, that is 10. Okay, the next 5, 105, 10. The next 5 is 0 to 1 2, 0 to 1 2, 0 to 1 2. Okay, here before the decimal point the number of digits are only 1. Okay, 1 minus 1 is what? 0. Then we will get 0.0217. Then put 0.0212. Okay, here 0.0212. Okay, the next one, find the log of 108. Okay, here 108, 10. Okay, 10. The next third digit is what? 8. You have to refer in the difference column, that is 8, 0334. Then we will get 0334. Okay, it is 1.08, 1.08. Okay, here before the decimal point the number of digits are only 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then we will get 0.0334. The next one, third one, 1.77 means 17th. You have to refer 17 in the main column and third digit, that is 7 in the difference column. Okay, 17 is, okay, 17. The next third digit is what? 7 is 2480, 2480. Here before the decimal point the character, here before the decimal point the number of digits are only 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then put 0.2480. Okay, next sum of (0.0212) plus 0.0334 plus 0.2480. Then we will get 0.3026. 0.3026. Then substitute the values. Antilog of Antilog of sum of log x is 0.3026 divided by n. N is number of observations, only 3 here. 3 n is 3. Okay, antilog of 0.3026 divided by 3 is 0.1008. 0.1008. Okay, then find the antilogarithm of 0.1008. Okay, find the antilogarithm of 0.1008. Okay, then how to calculate the antilog of 0.1008? Okay, here 0. We have to refer 0.10 in the main column, 0.10 in the main column, and third digit is 0. Okay, the next third digit is 0, then 0.100 is 1259, and fourth digit is mean difference. Then your mean difference is plus 2. Add 1 to 6 1, that is equal to 1 to 6 1 to 6 1. Okay, here in the antilogarithms, character plus 1. Okay, character is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, then put the decimal point after the first digit, then you will get 1.261. Antilogarithm of 0.1008 is 1.261. Antilogarithm of 0.1008 is 1.261. Okay, next 21st. Calculate GM for the data given below. Calculate GM. 21. Calculate GM. Calculate GM for the data given below. For the data given below. For the data given below. Here they are given class interval with respect to frequencies. CI with respect to frequencies 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and 70 to 80. With respect to frequencies are 7, 23, 30, 22, 11 and 7. Find GM for the data given below. Okay, here they are given class interval with respect to frequencies. Okay, here the data are of type grouped data, because here they are given frequencies with respect to class intervals. Okay, here what is the formula? GM equal to antilog of, okay, GM equal to antilog of sum of f log x by capital N. Here formula is antilog of sum of f log x by capital N. Okay, here what is x here? X is a class mid value, midpoint of the class interval. Okay, here you have to find x values. Here class interval is 20 to 30. 20 to 30 class mid value is 25. 30 to 40 class mid value is 35. 40 to 50 mid value is 45. 50 to 60, 55, 60 to 70, 65, 70 to 80, 75. Then find log of x. Find the log x value. Okay. Here log of 25. Okay, I am using a scientific calculator directly. Here log 25 is 1.3979. 1.3979. Log 25 is 1.3979. The next log 35 is 1.5440. 1.5440. Next log 45 is 1.6532. The next log 55 is 1.7403. 1.7403. Log 65 is 1.8129. The next log 75 is 1.8750. 8750. Then okay, then we want next we want f into log x. Then multiply frequency into log x. Okay, here 7 into 1.3979. You have to multiply f into log x. Frequency into log x. 7 into 1.3979 is 9.7853. 9.7853. The next frequency is 23. 23 into 1.5440. 23 into 1.5440 is 35.51. 35.512. The next frequency is 30. 30 into 1.6532. Then we will get 49.596. The next 22 into 1.7403, that is 38.28. 38.2866. The next 11 into 1.8129, then 19.94. 19.9419. The last 7 into 1.8750, then we will get 13.25. 13.125. Then we will get 13.125. Then we want sum of f into log x, that is 9.7853 plus 35.512 plus 49.596 plus 38.2866 plus 11.9419 plus 13.125. Then we will get 158.24. 158.2468. Sum of f into log x is 158.2468. Then substitute the values. Antilog of sum of f into log x is 158.2468 divided by n. N is the sum of frequencies. 7 plus 23 is 30, 30 plus 30 is 60, 60 plus 22 is 82, 82 plus 11 93, 93 plus 7 is 100. Divided by capital is 100. Here antilog of 158.2468 divided by 100 is 1.58. 1.582468. Okay. Find antilogarithm of 1.58246. Okay. We want only 4 digits. Okay, we want only 4 digits. That is 1.582. While calculating antilog, we want only, after the decimal point, we want only 4 digits. Okay, 1.5824 is enough. Okay. Find antilogarithm of 1.5824. Okay, antilogarithm of 1.5824 is 38.22. Okay, antilogarithm of 1.5824 is 38.22. See once again. Okay, here 158.38 divided by 100. Okay, then we get antilogarithm of 1.5824, 38.22. Okay, once again 1.7853 plus 35.512 plus 49.596 plus 38.2866, 11.9419 plus 13.125, 158.27. Okay, correct. Is correct? Okay, see here once again, here they are given class interval with respect to frequencies. Then the data are of type continuous data, because your class interval with respect to frequencies are given. Then apply Gm equal to NT log of sum of f log x by capital N. Okay. Then you want x value. What is x here? X is the class bit value. Then how to calculate x? That is 20 to 30 mid value is 25 up to so on 75. Last 70 to 80 mid value is 75. Then we want log x. Okay, log 25 is 1.3979 up to so on log 75 is 1.8750. Then we want f into log x. Then next column is f into log x. Frequency into log x, this into this, then we will get a 9.7853. The next 23 into 1.5440 is 35.512 up to so on. 7 into 13.125 is 7 into 1.8750 is 13.125. Then the sum of the f into log x is 158.2468. Then substitute the values, then you will get GM is geometric mean is 38.22. Okay. The next problem. Okay, the next problem, 22nd. Here, compared to the previous year, the overhead expenses went up by 32% in the first year, 42% in the second year, and 50% in the third year. What is the average rate of growth? Here, they are given compared to the previous year. Compared to the previous year, the overhead expenses went up by, expenses increased by, expenses went up by means increased by 32% in the first year, 44% in the second year, 50% in the third year. What is the average rate of growth? Okay, here they are given solution. Here they are given percentages, that is first that is first year, that is 32, 44 and 50. Okay, these are percentages they are given. We want x values. Then how to calculate x values? Okay, here compared to the previous year. Okay, you have to assume the previous year it was 100. Okay, initially it was 100. Okay, 100. It is okay 100. Then went up by 32%. Overhead expenses went up by increased by 32%. Okay, previously it was 100. Okay, geometric means that is 100. Percentage you are taking 100. 100 plus 32 is 132. Okay, the next 100. Okay, 100 plus 44 is 144. The next 100 plus 50 is 150. 100 plus 50 is 150. Okay, previous year compared to the previous year means, okay, here geometric mean, we are taking geometric mean now. Okay, previously it was 100. Okay, the 100 plus went up by increased by means 132. That is the constant. What is constant? 100 is a constant. Okay, 100 plus 32 is 132, 100 plus 44 is 144, 100 plus 50 is 55. Suppose in the next successive 2 years decreased by 2% and 1%. Suppose for example the next and successive the next 2 years it was decreased by 2% and 1% means 100 minus 2 decrease means minus. 100 minus 2 is 98, 100 minus 1 is 99, then x values are 98 and 99. Okay, here it is also ungrouped case. It is also ungrouped case. Then we have to apply formula Gm equal to what? Gm equal to antilog of sum of log x by n. Okay, here we want log x, sum of log x. Okay, here log x, log 132 is 2.1205. 2.1205. Log 144 is 2.1583. 2.1583. Log 150 is 2.1760. Then sum of the log x is 2.1205 plus 2.1583 plus 2.1760 is 6.4548. Sum of log x is 6.4548. Then substitute the values. Antilog of sum of log x is 6.4548 divided by n is the number of observation. Here number of observations are 3. Then antilog of 6.4548 divided by 3 is 2.15. 2.1516. We have to find anti-logarithm of 2.1516. Okay, anti-logarithm of 2.1516 is 141.77. Anti-logarithm of 2.1516 is 141.77. Okay, here GM is 141.77. Okay, here next question is what is the average rate of growth? Okay, here GM is 141.70. What is the average rate of growth? How much population increase it has compared to the previous year? Okay, here previously it was 100. Initially it was 100. Okay, the next remaining how much? That is 41.77% population. In the average rate of growth is 41.77%. Here, therefore, the average rate of growth is 41.77%. Okay, the average rate of growth is 41.77. Suppose if GM was 97.66 means 100 minus 97.66, then that is the average rate of growth is so on. Okay, 100 minus 97.66 is that is 2.34% decreases. 2.34% decrease. Here the GM is 141.77 means initially it was 100, remaining 41.77% increases. The average rate of growth is 41.77%. Okay, it's complete your geometric mean problems. Okay, the next average is the last one is a harmonic mean. The next part is harmonic mean. Harmonic mean. What is a harmonic mean? What is the harmonic mean? Here the harmonic mean of n values, the total n values, harmonic mean of n values is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean. Harmonic mean of n values, harmonic mean that is HM, harmonic mean of n values is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean AM. Geometric mean of n values is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of given values. Harmonic mean of n values is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the given values. Okay, here the harmonic mean is denoted by H. Harmonic mean is denoted by H. Okay, what is the harmonic mean? It is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the given values. Okay, here what is the arithmetic mean? Say x bar equal to sum of x by n. X bar equal to sum of x by n. Okay, see here what is harmonic mean? Harmonic mean of n values. It is the n values is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. Reciprocal means that is reverse. N by reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the given values. Okay, here x is what? Series values. Then summation of 1 by x. Yes, got it? It is the here harmonic mean of n values is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. Reverse. Reciprocal means reverse. N by sum of x. Correct? And of the reciprocal of the given values. Then the reciprocal of the given values. Then x The reciprocal is what? 1 by x. Then n by sum of 1 by x is the harmonic mean. Okay, here what is the harmonic mean? Harmonic mean of n values is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. It is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean, n divided by sum of x. Reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the given values. Here x is the given value. Okay, reciprocal, that is 1 by x, sum of 1 by x is said to be harmonic mean. Okay, here the harmonic mean is denoted by h. It is denoted by capital H. Okay, the next one is calculation of harmonic mean. Calculation of harmonic mean. Calculation of harmonic mean. There are totally two datas are there. One is ungrouped and another one is grouped data. First case, ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. Okay, ungrouped data. Okay, if the values, if x1, x2 up to so on xn are n observations, if x1, x2 up to so on xn are n observations, then their reciprocal would be, the reciprocal would be here x1, x2 up to so on xn are the n observation, then their reciprocal would be 1 by x1, 1 by x2 up to so on 1 by xn. Reciprocal is 1 by x1, 1 by x2 up to so on xn, 1 by x1. Then therefore h equal to n divided by 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 plus up to so on 1 by xn. Then n divided by it is sum of 1 by x. H equal to what? N by sum of 1 by x. Harmonic mean is, that is n divided by sum of 1 by x. It is if the data are of type ungrouped case. Suppose if the class interval with respect to frequencies are not given, then you have to apply h equal to n by sum of 1 by x. The next one is grouped case. Grouped data. Case 2. Grouped data. In grouped data, again it can be divided into, classified into discrete and continuous data. Discrete and continuous data. Discrete and continuous data. Okay, here discrete and continuous data. If the values x takes the values x1, x2 up to so on xn, how corresponding frequencies, f is what? f1, f2 up to so on fn. Then harmonic mean is, it can be calculated as h equal to sum of f by summation of f by x. H equal to sum of f by x. Okay, here sum of f is sum of frequency is nothing but what? That is capital N divided by sum of f by x. Here h equal to what? Harmonic mean is what? Capital N divided by sum of f by x. Okay, if the class interval with respect to frequencies are given, then you have to apply h equal to capital N by sum of f by x. Okay, here capital N is sum of the frequency, that is sum of f equal to capital N, then f by x. Okay, here in it is in the discrete. Next continuous case, then how to calculate x value? X is the midpoint of the class interval. X is the class mid value. Okay, yes, got it? Okay, it is about calculation of harmonic mean. The next concept is use of harmonic mean. Use of harmonic mean. Use of harmonic mean. Okay, it is used for averaging different rates. It is used for averaging different rates, producing equal series. Okay, here the use of harmonic mean is, it is used for averaging the different rates producing equal series or equal effects or equal effects. See here, what is the use of harmonic mean? It is used for averaging the different rates. It is used for averaging the different rates for producing the equal effects. It is a thing, but we have to find. Okay, it is we have to find that is average speed. The harmonic mean is used for average speed. To find out the average speed is the use of harmonic mean. It is nothing but to find out the average speed of harmonic mean, average speed. That is, it is used to averaging the different rates producing equal effects. It is the use of harmonic mean. That is to find out the average speed. Okay, the next one, merits and demerits of harmonic mean. The merits and demerits of harmonic mean. Merits of harmonic mean. Okay, here the first merit is, it is based on all the values. First merit is, it is based on all the values, means it takes all the values. Okay, here the first merit is, it takes all the values. Second one, it is well defined by a mathematical formula. Second, it is well defined by a mathematical formula. It is well defined by a mathematical formula. Okay, the next third one, it is used for further mathematical treatment. It is used for further. It can be capable for, or it can use for further mathematical treatment. Okay, it can be capable for further mathematical treatment. These are the merits of harmonic mean. First merit is what? It is based on all the values. Second one, it is well defined by mathematical formula. And third one, it is used for further mathematical analysis or mathematical treatment. These are the merits of harmonic mean. The next, demerits of harmonic mean. Demerits of harmonic mean. demerits of harmonic mean. Okay, here the first demerit is it is not easy to calculate and difficult to understand. It is not easy to calculate compared to the arithmetic mean, median and mode. Okay, harmonic mean is not easy to calculate and difficult to understand. Compared to arithmetic mean, median, mode, it is a drawback. It is not easy to calculate and difficult to understand. Okay, it is the first demerit. And second one, it cannot be calculated when there are both positive and negative values in the series. It cannot be calculated. Harmonic mean cannot be calculated when there are both positive and negative items in a series. Suppose in a series the positive and negative items are there, then it cannot be calculated. Suppose if the negative items are there, and it cannot be harmonic mean cannot be calculated. For example, x takes the values 6, 7, minus 1, 2. Okay, here minus 1 is there, then the harmonic mean cannot be calculated. So, okay, or 2 or more than 1 values are 0, then it cannot be calculated, or more than 1 values are 0. Suppose if it is 0, then also it cannot be calculated. Okay, what is the drawback? The harmonic mean cannot be calculated when there are both positive and negative items in a series, or more than 1 values are 0, then also it cannot be calculated. Okay, these are the merits and demerits of harmonic mean. The next concept is the relationship among AM, GM and HM. Relationship among arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. The relationship among arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean. Okay, here that is G equal to under root of x bar into H. Okay, here relationship is what? The relationship among arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean is G equal to under root of x bar into H. Okay, here prove that G equal to under root of x bar into H. It is a very important question, 2 marks question. Prove that G equal to under root of x bar into H. Okay, proof for any two numbers A and B, for any two numbers A and B, then for take any two numbers A and B. Okay, here then AM is arithmetic mean is A plus B by 2. AM equal to what? A plus B by 2. Then GM is geometric mean of product of the two values, that is E equal to AB. Okay, the next harmonic mean and H equal to harmonic mean. There totally two values are there, A and B are alphabetics, that is 2 divided by 1 by A plus 1 by P. That is the reciprocal of the given values. Okay, 2 divided by 1 by A plus 1 by B. Then simplify, it is 2AB divided by A plus P. 2AB divided by A plus B. Consider GM equal to what? X bar into H. Okay, X bar, then substitute the values. X bar is what? X bar is A plus P divided by 2 into H value is 2AB divided by A plus B. A plus B cancel, 2 cancel, then it is under root of AB. GM equal to what? GM equal to under root of 8. It is the proof. See here the relationship among geometric mean, harmonic mean, that is G equal to under root of see for take two values numbers, that is a and b. am is a plus b, ga is under root of ab, h is 2ab by a plus b. Consider gm equal to x bar into h. X bar, then substitute the values a plus b by 2 into 2ab by a plus b. A plus 2 cancel, a plus b, a plus b cancel, then you will get gm equal to a under root of ab, that is g equal to what, x bar into h. It is the proof. Okay, one note, x bar is always greater than or equal to gm is always greater than or equal to, x bar is always greater than or equal to gm is always greater than or equal to hm. X bar is always greater than or equal to gm is always greater than or equal to hm. Okay, for example, take two numbers. Okay, here a equal to what, 2 and b equal to 4. Take two numbers, that is a is 2 and b equal to 4. Okay, here x bar equal to what, a plus b by 2, x bar equal to a plus b by 2, a plus b by 2, 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 by 2 is 3. Arithmetic mean is 3. The next gm, what is gm here? The product of the two numbers, that is gm, that is ab, under root of ab. Under root of ab is 2 into 4, 8. Under root of 8 is 2.82. The next hm, that is 2ab divided by a plus b. 2ab. Okay, 2 into 4, 4. 2 into 2, 4. 4 4 is 16. 2ab. Okay. 2 into 2, 4, 4 4 is 16, divided by a plus b, that is 6. Okay, 16 by 6. Then we will get 2.66. Here, see, here x bar is 3, geometric mean is 2.82 and harmonic mean is 2.66. X bar is greater than or equal to, gm is greater than or equal to hm. Okay, here x bar is what, 3 is greater than or equal to, gm is 2.82, 2.82 is greater than or equal to 2.66. Okay, it is the proof. See here, the x bar is always greater than or equal to gm is always greater than or equal to hm. Okay, in the next class, we will discuss the problems based on harmonic mean. Okay, thank you.